What's up? It's your boy Pokerface from the IE, also known as Versace Chris, and this is the video that you've been waiting for. Who shot Bubba? Okay, now this is part of the Mode 3 series. If you're familiar with the series, then go ahead, put a comment, like, subscribe, of course. If not, go and check some of the other videos that we have in part. It's part of the Mode 3 series. Okay, let's talk about Bubba Browning Jr. Was a very good friend of Mode 3. His ride or die, almost security, physical, visual deterrent. The exact opposite, basically, of Mode 3 as far as stature. Big, tall guy, grand in stature, but he was killed in his neighborhood at the grocery store. Now, you all know that Bubba met his demise, and you've seen the video that Dallas Fox News presented. No feelings. I don't have a feeling. I don't have a dog in the race. But what we're going to study is analytics. Now, there is a certain medical term that's used all over the medical field across the world. It is called gait. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the term, it's not G-A-T-E. It is G-A-I-T. Now, as a medical practitioner, therapist, doctor, you're familiar with the term gait, because gait means the way a person stands, moves, walks, runs, any of that physical movement of the body. Okay? Now, if you're familiar with the Queso trial, where his father, Blue, from Jacksonville, and this is all in the Julio Fuyo timeline, the father was on the stand, Blue was on the stand, identified his masked son as the killer of Mr. McCormick in that particular case. His son was masked. No one could identify that was Queso. His father was able to identify him because of his gait, how he moves, how he runs, how he walks, how he stands, how he sits, etc. And he was able to say with 100% certainty, this is my son in this picture masked up. You probably know people in your life, very close friends, relatives, acquaintances, that walk a certain way, move a certain way, sit a certain way, that you can tell them from across the street, down the road. You can tell that's them without seeing the detail of their face. No, hey, that's him. And then you walk up and of course it's him. That's called identifying someone by their gait. Okay? Now, if you look at an old school golfer like Jack Nicklaus or Arnold Palmer, They have a specific swing, and you can tell from across the golf course who it is. People could see from across the golf course that that's Tiger Woods swinging right there. You'd be able to see it. You know it's Tiger Woods from way over there. We're about to get into what happened with Bubba.
Looked to be like a Dodge Durango coming down Dixon. Bubba is standing right next to the front of the door, just hanging out, standing calmly, not being bothered, obviously not knowing what these guys were about to do to him.
And then they began shooting?
Once they pull around to the side of the building, they stop. Two of those individuals get out in dark clothing. One seems to be a lighter-skinned male. One seems to
Look at the second guy.
The driver.
Look at the guy lower on the screen.
Bubba might have felt like something was
Keep
up.
your eye on
Watch.
that guy.
He glances at the white SUV going round back. As soon as it's out of his sight, he casually starts to walk away. He's in the parking lot and takes a quick look over his right shoulder just before the bullets fly.
They come out with their long guns. As soon as they get to their corner, they're already up and start firing at Bubba. Bubba, looking for cover, runs into the store.
He's hit right now.
The store and collapsed.
Right now again.
When he collapsed, he dies right there in that store.
Amazing, no one else was hit.
Look at that. Look at that right there. Now, the taller, dark-skinned gentleman, I have no reference data for that guy. I've never seen that guy. I don't believe it's Trap Boy Freddy. I don't believe it's any other dark-skinned guy that is notable. I don't think it's Rainwater. I don't think it's the Keywan White, because I've seen Keywan White run up and down the street. I know what his gait is. Totally different gait. In fact, neither one of these guys are Keywan White. I can tell by the gait. But this light-skinned gentleman, this guy, that looks familiar. Let's go on a timeline. Let's see why this happened. October 14th of 2018. Yellow Beezy was shot while on the highway. Now, let's get into the analytics of this. As per reports, per his interviews on Vlad TV and others, he was on the highway. A car pulls up to his driver's side while on the highway and opens fire. Why does that have anything to do with this? Mo 3 and Bubba, at the time that the shooting occurred, were inseparable. You saw one, you saw the other. From all reports and accounts, you saw one, you saw the other. He did the interview with the blue couch and the light bulbs, you know, that podcast. Bubba's right there. It seems like Mo 3 always had different sets of guys around, but Bubba, absolutely one of the guys that will be around at all times. Okay? Now, I'm not saying Mo 3 was involved with the shooting of Yella Beezy. Yella Beezy knows, just like Suge Knight knows who shot at him that night in the car with Tupac. Yella Beezy knows who shot him. He knows the car. He never described it in an interview. I got to give it to him, rock solid. He never discussed the make and model of the vehicle, at least not in an interview. I don't know if he discussed it with other people, but not in the particular interviews that I've seen. Said people rolled up, they got to going. So let's say, hypothetically, that Mo 3 was involved in that shooting. Mo 3 would not have been able to shoot that car up and drive the vehicle. You understand? Now, that gives us another question. How would Keywan White be able to shoot the gun and drive the vehicle? To disable Mo 3's car while driving a vehicle. Very difficult to do. Very, very difficult shots to put on target. And we didn't see anybody in that particular case be a driver or get out of the car, and he did not get out of the car on the passenger side. He got out on the driver's side. So if Mo 3 was involved in that shooting of Yella Beezy on the freeway, he would have been hard pressed to land as many shots on that vehicle. Because in the interview, Yella Beezy said that it was multiple shots hit the car, multiple shots hit him. So multiple shots on target. Remember, when Mo 3 was shot at on the freeway, none of the shots hit him. Some of the shots hit the car, but none of the shots, he was unshot. He was untouched when he went around that car to go see if he could find something on the other side. In Yella Beezy's case, shots are hitting targets. That means there's a passenger. There's a passenger that's firing the shots. In that case, guaranteed. Who was the passenger is the issue. Could the passenger be a hard to mistake 300-pound man? Large, tall. The autopsy report doesn't state how tall he was or how much he weighed at the time of death. But by looking at him in that video, he is at least 300 pounds. In comparison to the little guy who walked out of the store at the same time, he is at least 6 foot something. And probably looks even bigger standing next to Mo 3. At 5'4". Now, if this guy is shooting at you, and you can get a glimpse, you will identify him immediately. And I'm not talking about just by gait. By looking at that guy, and you don't see too many people that big up close and personal or around, or especially around your rivals. Easy to identify. And that happens October 14th. of 2018. 10 days later, October 24th of 2018, Yella Beezy was released from the hospital. Within 4 weeks, he's up and about, now promoting his album. Didn't take him long to get on his feet. Wouldn't have taken him long to want to get some get back. Now, if Bubba is the passenger, hypothetically, firing the shots at Yella Beezy, and Yella Beezy sees him and identifies him, then it's time to go get Bubba. That's all that could be going through someone's mind. It's time to go get Bubba. As soon as I get fully together and get me 2 guys that I know will come with me, that people that love me or care about me, that are my real people, somebody to drive the car and somebody to help me execute the plan, then it gets done. But say Bubba is not the shooter on that night. But if Bubba wasn't the shooter, let's just say it like this. Say it as it is. If Bubba wasn't the shooter that night in the passenger side of the car. Now, the reason why I would think that, the reason why the analytics kick in, Bubba, they have no record of Bubba having a driver's license at the DMV. So if we're going to go on a mission and we have weapons in the car, at least one, and we don't want to get stopped by the police, the person that drives every day, the person that has a valid driver's license in case we get stopped, is going to be doing the driving. It's just logic. I wouldn't be wanting to go on a mission where I plan to commit a crime of violence, and I'm going to have the guy who never drives and doesn't have a driver's license according to the record of the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles, and does not have a registered vehicle. It's kind of easy to catch someone slipping if they don't have a car and they're walking to wherever they have to go, which was Bubba's situation the night he was killed. So the guy that doesn't drive often or never would not be the driver if we are going to handle that type of mission. The person with the driver's license, the owner of the vehicle, only Yella Beezy can tell you what vehicle that was. Was it the Honda? Was it the infamous Honda? Was it something else? But once that happens, and there's a high percentage probability that Mo 3 was involved in that shooting, either as the driver or the trigger man. Okay? Let's just call it what it is. At that point in time, he has to go. If I'm Yella Beezy and I just got shot up and I live, remember, not only is that an act of violence towards me, it is a Complete violation. A person shooting at you is a violation. A person shooting you is a super violation. And you hit me? And you shoot up my car? Okay. So at that point in time, it could have been the first club situation where they were kind of trapped inside and Mo 3 and his boys had to shoot their way out of the club. Not the one from V Live in Houston. I'm talking about the one in Dallas, which got him banned from all the Dallas clubs. That could have made Mo 3, hey, they got to go. They tried to trap me in the club and try to ambush me and my guys. A couple guys got shot. A person got killed in that situation. Now it's time for Yella, Beezy and them to go. And then October 14th, 2018, after Yella Beezy leaves an event that he was promoted to be at, he stalked, drove up on, and fired on. The analytics and the probability leads me to believe that Mo 3 was most likely involved in that. But was Bubba? Was Bubba killed because he was a shooter in that event? Or was Bubba killed because he was in close proximity of Mo 3, was loved by Mo 3, and that would hurt Mo 3? But the problem is, that's how all this started in the first place. This started in the first place with Roy Lee being shot and killed. Shot and ultimately dying of complications of that shooting. That's what started the whole ball rolling. That's when Mo 3 is like, these guys got to go. They get the first club thing in Dallas happens. Now these guys got to really go. Then the shooting of Yella Beezy. Now Yella Beezy's like, this dude got to go. This dude's not playing. This dude's got to go. And if Bubba was a part of that ambush, Bubba has to go. So how did they know that was Bubba's kick it spot? They said the news report states that he's often there. The people at the store know him very well. Probably lives relatively close because he doesn't own a car. How did they know that's his kick it spot? Could this be another Rainwater connection? Remember, Rainwater knows everybody involved. Roy Lee, Bubba, Mo 3, Keon, Brown, Devin Brown, Yella Beezy, Trap Boy Freddy. If you connect, everybody connects to one person. And also Mo 3. I don't know if Mo 3 ever messed with Keon and the other dude. I know he was messing with his baby's mama. But everyone else, Rainwater connects to everybody. Mo 3 connects to Trap Boy Freddy, Yella Beezy, Go Yayo, Rainwater, of course, Jossie Banks, Bubba, Roy Lee. But he doesn't connect to Keon or Devin Brown other than his baby's mother. One person connects to everybody. So how do they know where Bubba kicks it? How do they know where he hangs out? Where he's vulnerable? When he's not with Mo. How do they know he's not with Mo 3? They're inseparable. Two peas in a pod together. One is the brains and the talent, but he's 5'4". And one is not the brains and the talent. I'm going to be kind. Not the brains and the talent, but he's 6 foot something, 350 pounds. They're always together. How did they know he wasn't with him that night? How did they know he would be not with Mo 3 by himself and at that store? That's the real question. Not the shooters, because shooters going to shoot. Killer's going to kill. Get back girl's going to get back. How did they know where he was? If you look at the video, the Durango pulls in like they don't know where the hell they going. They're like, is that the store? Is that the nigga? Oh, fuck, let's pull around. They don't even know there's a camera looking dead at them. They're unfamiliar with the environment. They didn't know the place. So how would they know that Bubba's there? They don't even know where they're going. They pull up. Oh, that's the nigga right there. There we go. Pull around, pull around. They pull around. They don't know that they parked right in front of the cameras. They don't know if he's going to go home or if he's going to go back in the store. Had he gone back in the store, we would know who killed Bubba 100%, not just 98 or 95%. 100% we would know, because they would have to go in the store to get him. They would have to go in the store to get him in all the light. No masks. Some camera would have seen them square bare. But Bubba made his last mistake, and that was to walk in the direction of where he wanted to go instead of inside. When he saw something was shaky, felt something wasn't right, his car just pulls up. Let me go home. Let me do my thing. Ain't nobody gonna run up, I guess. Ain't nobody tripping. It wasn't like he saw niggas in mass. He saw guys just driving by. In tent, dark tent. No big deal. His spidey sense went off and he didn't listen. That little voice went off. He didn't listen. He started walking out of the, from away from the building, away from the cover. If he went back into that store, say, hey, some dudes outside, I don't know what's going on. They would have to come in to get him, and then they'd be already. We wouldn't have to make this video. We wouldn't have to make it. But he walked through the parking lot. And when he walked through the parking lot, he was out of cover. He's a big target. And he got hit running back toward. Now, I don't know his skill set as far as running. His athleticism, I'm assuming, is not super. Had he run through the parking lot, they still may have got him. Because once he clears that white vehicle, it's a duck shoot. Once he passed that door, he was dead. He just didn't know it. Now let's talk about what you guys really wanted to get to. Now I set everything up piece by piece by piece by piece. Analytical steps. Now let's get to this shooter. Okay? And let's get back to today's word. And we're going to use a lot in videos. Gait. G-A-I-T. Look at this person's gait. Look at how the left hand is under the gun. That shows that he's a right-handed shooter. Okay? Look at his pants. They're not up at his waist. They're sagging down. And with this sagging down, you'll see that he's a chunky guy with a robust frame. Not a bodybuilder, not super swole, a chunky, light-skinned guy. Now, look at the gait and the way he holds the gun very, very carefully. Yeah, I thought so too. Subscribe. See you next time.